Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now for day number 8 for Vlogoween, I'm going to be sharing a story from my husband. He experienced this, he was about 7 or 8 years old. And this day, he was with his dad and, they had a discussion, his mother and father. So my husband and his father ended up leaving to go spend the night at my husband's aunt's house. So they get to the house and they have dinner, everything's cool, whatever, normal, right? Just a bunch of adults having dinner. And then here's my husband, a youngster. And after all that, it's time to go to sleep. So where my husband was going to go to sleep at was a master bedroom. And the master bedroom had a bathroom. And also when you open the door, like, the master bedroom door, you are able to see the dining table. So you guys kind of get an idea. So, okay, it's time to go to sleep. Everyone is already in their rooms. Okay. And my husband and his dad were laying down in the bed, and they didn't close the door. The door remained open. So my husband's dad had to go and use the restroom. So he gets up, he goes to the restroom. Now, of course, nowadays, for example, this door down here, when you close the door, you get a little bit of light, but just nowadays how they do housework, it's you're less to see the light from the sides, from the bottom. So in this house, there was a big gap at the bottom, so there's a lot of light coming in. So yeah, my husband is just, turns his head, looking at his dad getting up from the bed and going straight to the bathroom. And, this whole time he's looking at his dad, and then his dad is slowly but surely closing the bathroom door. Okay. And then, boom, all of a sudden, my husband's like, now I only have that much of light to see. It's, so dark, but, so much of that. So, and I did ask him, I'll mention this in a bit. So, and he looked forward. He was still in bed under the blankets, and he was looking forward. And where the kitchen table was at, he got like a perfect image, right? Where he was laying at, the bed is at, the door was open, there was the dining table. And on the dining table were plates, kitchen plates. So, and these kitchen plates had, there was one that was green. There was different multiple colors of plates, and stacked, and on top of each other. So he's looking straight towards that direction. But when he looks towards that direction, he sees what people call a duende, a dwarf, little person, however you know it by. And, he's looking straight at it, whether it's female, male. And the way he described this, duende, the color of the shirt, because he was sitting down. The duende was sitting down on top of the table. Okay. And remember where the plates are stacked up above each other. So the duende is like sitting like not on top of them, but in front of them. So the color of the pattern of the plates were the color patterns of the duende's clothes. And so that duende was sitting on the edge of the table, dangling his feet back and forth, and also moving his hands up and down. And my husband says the look on his face, or the duende's face, was like, like laughter, just having a blast, because he knew he the duende knew that he was scaring me. So you couldn't hear a laugh, but the whole expression of the face just, gave it all. And he said the hair was white, like crazy white, okay? Crazy all over the place. And so, they're both looking at each other. And, he's doing the same movements, and my husband's just laying there like, what am I seeing? What's going on? So eventually his dad comes out of the restroom, and, he's like, what's going on? I mean, of course, you see your child looking just into space, looking forward, like something's happening, you're gonna ask, like, what's wrong? So my husband took a while to react, like, to speak and to talk about what just happened. um so, of course, my husband's dad was like, like, turned on the lights, what's happening, what's going on. And then his sister wakes up, and of course is like, what's going on, what's happening. And then at that point, my husband had already told his dad what he had seen. So his dad was telling the same thing to his sister, and she just looked at it like, you know okay, that's normal, like, it is what it is, like, what do you want me to do? Why, like, you saw what you saw, whether you did or you didn't, life goes on. So that's been the only time that he has seen a duende. um he does have so many other stories that, I'm gonna, of course, ask him if it's okay for me to share with you guys. But he gave me the okay for this story. So, I mean, he still wonders and asks, like, you know why, who summoned this duende, who did what, and why. But it just, when you do the research on it, there's so much information. Like, so much. Sometimes it's like you don't know what facts are and opinions and stuff like that, because there's just so much. There's good ones, there's bad ones, just, that's what it is. But all right, you guys, I know that was pretty short. You're probably expecting something much longer and, crazy, and, you know, but that's all I have as far as for that story. And I'll try to put, if they're going to be short, I'll try to put two short ones together, because there are multiple ones, but I want to make sure I get the whole story right, because I've heard so many, stories what my husband has gone through. um but there's so much information and so much, and I remember a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one. So just when I get them all together, I'll try to make it, into, a whole video. But thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to share, if you or someone you know has experienced something like this, by all means, share in the comments. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.